Hey there, Survivors. Cougar here, back with more Stranded Alien Dawn. We are picking up right where we left off at the end of the last episode. We were just getting started here. We are still researching construction basics. We've got a whole nother day to spend researching that before we're going to be able to start setting up our new base. But what I've realized is that I really wanted to build the base in this big, flat, open area here. And we're so far away from our original little shelters that it's going to be too far away. They're going to have to trek back and forth so much that I think it's going to make things really difficult in terms of construction, in terms of the level of construction that we're going to have to do. So what I'm thinking about doing is just moving the shelters if I can. Just build a couple more shelters way the heck over here where we're going to have the main base and just try to move everything, just try to pick up everything that we have over there and move it over here to make our real construction a bit easier. I don't know if it's worth it. The problem with this here is not a terrible area. It's constrained by the water on the left and the rocky area on the right. It's also a little bit sloped, which is going to be a problem in construction. I mean, it's not a huge problem, but with this big flat area over here, it kind of does feel like a problem. It feels like we could avoid that by just building over here to begin with. This area right here wouldn't be bad. I don't want to infringe on our bushes here because might want those. Gosh, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a little ambitious if I move everything this far away. But let's try moving the shelters. Let's just see what happens. We got plenty of scrap metal, so let's just try moving everything that we've got set up over there over here, and then do our construction over here. Um, yeah, so let's do that. What have we got over there? 6? Well, we probably won't. Yeah, we won't need 6 for what I have in mind. We'll probably need 6. Yeah, okay. We'll do 6. We've got the scrap metal for it. Ken's been doing a good job at his spaceship construction. In fact, we've researched a tech that allows us to give these spaceship wrecks a second pass. So we've now got the full spaceship deconstruction tech. And Vivian has been hard at work. She's been crafting short bows, and we have some now, which means we can start getting everybody set up with a ranged weapon. Who's not doing anything? I don't want to interrupt everybody, but it looks like Evelyn's at a point where we can tell her to pick up a short bow without interrupting her too much. And Ken's back to salvaging. Quinn is constructing our new shelters over here. Good. Good job, Quinn. Good. And Emmeline's helping out. She's bringing some scrap metal over for the construction. Vivian's making another short bow, which means we have one now, which means let's equip Vivian with one. Good. 2 of 3, no, 3 of 4 armed with ranged and melee weapons. Right? Everybody has a spear? Yes, good. Okay, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about alien attacks as soon as everybody has a bow or a laser pistol. And this is almost done. It is getting a little late. It's 1500 now, so it's a little late in the day. I think we'll let them spend one more night at the original shelters over there, and then tomorrow we'll get their beds moved over here and the table and chairs moved over here, and start moving the storage stuff over here. Ooh, Ken has scavenged some electronics off of this spaceship wreck over here, which is good. We're going to need those eventually. Yeah, everybody, this is going to be our last night here at this spot. Let me get some storage set up over here to start with. Storage stockpiles, 1 and 2, and then some shelves. And I think we're better on scrap than we are on wood right now because we're going to need all that wood for house construction. So let's get 2 shelves going. Yeah, 2 shelves going. And then tomorrow we'll move all their beds over here, and they'll be stacked up 1, 2, 3, 4, but probably only for a few nights until we get the house built. Vivian's back to observing that too plant. Oh, you know what we haven't observed yet? I don't think is the glow shrooms. These glowing mushrooms here. We have to get somebody to observe those so we know how to use them because they're actually really valuable. So let's set those to observe. And someone still has to get over here and observe or analyze the squash-like plants. I'm going to speed this up to 3 times speed because it looks like everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Emmeline's going to grab some of the stone that Ken had mined. I'll pick that up and bring it over. Good. Oh, good. She's bringing it to the new spot. Excellent. Yeah, that reminds me. I need to set these. I don't want anybody bringing anything else over here. That's going to be a little complicated. I think we'll let that go for now. Do we have another bow now? Yes, we do for Quinn. Before he goes to bed, we'll tell him to pick up a short bow. And then tomorrow we'll see if we can get all the furniture, all the tables, chairs, campfire, and beds moved over to that new shelter. 3 times speed. Got some food about to rot away. That's fine. Let it rot. Eventually, we'll have a cold storage area, like a walk-in freezer, and then later on, we can even build actual refrigerators and freezers to store our food so that it lasts longer. But for now, it's just sitting on those shelves out here in the open, and it's rotting away pretty quickly. Vivian's back to observing, but I'm going to pause this for a second and make the most of our day because it's going to take a while for me just to scroll back and forth between these 2 areas. Move 1 bed and move another bed. This one. And I think the other 2 are still asleep. Yeah, other 2 beds are still occupied. Speed back up to 2 times speed. Vivian's almost done observing the tube plant. Ken's transporting over more electronics. Fantastic. She's finished. She's discovered what the heptagonia is and how we use it. Once we harvest it, we can use it to make sweet syrup for use in cooking and baking. Okay, you guys. Hey, lazy heads, get the heck up. Get to work. I could wake them up if I want, but I don't want to make them unhappy. Emmeline, I'm moving your bed. Sleep Indian style, head to toe. And Quinn, I'm moving your bed too, my friend. Let's hope these all get moved before sundown. Oh, no, not change owner. Move. And I don't want to move the table and chairs until I'm sure the beds are all over there. Because we definitely want them to have a place to sit down and relax and eat. 3 times speed. Ken, you know what, Ken? Don't go back to salvaging. I'm more interested. I'm pausing for a second. I want you to move these sleeping spots. That's more important. Emmeline's even going to help you as soon as she's done cooking. Well, she's got to sit for a minute to relax. She's a little stressed out, even though she slept in today. Emmeline, help move these beds. And what's Quinn doing? Oh, he's constructing those shelves. Okay, because he's the one who should be moving those. That's his job. But we just need to get them moved, period. And Vivian, what are you doing? She's observing more. Okay, now she's going to observe. So now we know what these squash-like plants are. So now we can just eat those. We can harvest them and eat them. We now have another food source. And now Emmeline's over to observe the cotton plants over there. So then we'll be able to build our sweaters. If you look in the upper left-hand corner, it is late spring going into summer. So we've got all summer to craft up a bunch of sweaters to keep people warm once the temperature starts to fall. You know what, Quinn? What's more important than researching right now is getting these moved. Oops, cancel. No. Did I just cancel that move? Shoot. Oops. 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 And now the sun's starting to set. I think canceling that might have actually been accidentally a good move because we don't want them to not have a bed. Once you order it to be moved, until it's moved, it's not there. So now salvaging is important. But hopefully, once Quinn is done, well, he's going to sleep and his bed's over here. Tomorrow we'll get these other two beds moved, and then hopefully we can. You know, it may be safer to just build a new table and chairs over here rather than moving them, because again, when you order something to be moved, it's not there until it's moved. Yeah. So now they'll have. Let's get those other two beds moved, and then now they'll have a little place to hang out over here if they need to. They'll at least have a place to sit down. Where if they're over here working, like chopping trees or scavenging stuff, and they need to relax for a bit, they can just sit at the table and relax. All right, let's get these other two moved. I'm going to slow this down to 2 times speed so I'm not wasting too much time scrolling back and forth with these. And then we got to make sure somebody actually does this. Actually makes this happen today. Emmeline's taking a walk. I think as soon as she's done with her walk, we're going to make her move these beds. Everybody's eating lunch. Now I'm glad I didn't move that table, huh? All right, Emmeline, more important than the stone is to get these beds moved, so that's going to be on you, hon. And Quinn may help you as soon as he's done with lunch. Quinn, you going to help Emmeline? Oh, he's back to constructing the chair, but he can carry a sleeping spot over as long as he's... Nope, nope. Oh, I had Emmeline selected. Shoot. That kind of screwed things up. Because Emmeline has probably now dropped what she was carrying. Where'd she go? Oh, did you drop a bed here somewhere? Or was she done moving it? Yikes. I may have just screwed that up badly. There's only 2 beds over here. Where's the other bed? I made her drop it. Oh no. It's probably in these freaking twisty plants somewhere. I can't see it. You know what we could do is draw a huge box around the area and see if it's listed here. No, it's not. So where is it? Where's the other bed? Maybe it hasn't been moved yet. I don't know. Okay. Quinn has automatically just started moving another sleeping spot. So wherever it is, he's going to find it and move it. I guess it's still back at the original spot because I canceled Emmeline's move. Okay, we got to get the campfire moved or build a new one, and then we'll be in pretty good shape as far as shifting everyone over here. Let's make sure that we disallow food, raw food, and cooked meals on the ground storage. And then we can tell people to start shifting, just taking everything off of these. Keep empty, keep empty, keep empty. And they'll start moving everything over to the other storage spots. Ooh, Emmeline's tough. Look how strong she is carrying 120 logs. Good for her. Oh, hello, lizard bird. We haven't observed them yet. I'm not sure what they're called. Ken found more electronics. Great. Queen's back to researching. I feel like there are better things for him to do, but yeah. Instead of moving the campfire, I'm just going to build another one. And then we got to build a... we got to build the lightning rod over here, too. Kind of a waste of a couple of days having to move all this stuff, but it's just, as I've mentioned before, I've never seen an area with that's this big and open and flat. So I really am tempted to take advantage of it. So that's slowing things down a little bit. It's just a few days where we didn't really get much accomplished. We did get a little bit of research accomplished. We're almost done researching construction basics. We've got everybody armed with ranged and melee weapons now. And Ken has been doing some really good scavenging over here. We've got power cells, we've got electronics now. Super. The important thing about finding those in space shipwrecks is that you can't use them until you know what one is. So if you, it's not like you can just say, like, oh, I'll build a computer core because we don't know what a computer core is yet because we haven't found one yet. So it's important to keep Ken on his scavenging so that we find as much stuff. Just find one of everything. We now know what cloth blossom is, so we can build a tailoring desk and start making some sweaters. Of course, it's still early summer, so we're not even worried about that yet. I think what's going to be next is to start harvesting up some of the wood that's a little closer than the wood that's over there, so that we have plenty of wood to do our main construction. I think even more. Fallen trees cut, big broadleaf trees cut. Is this guy dead or sleeping? Yeah, he's dead. I might as well go ahead and butcher him because he's so close to our new area. Take advantage of that. And then what? Then we got to get our desks moved. And since everybody seems to be happy doing their everything else over here now, let's go ahead and move those. It's going to interrupt. Well, we can't. We can't really until we move these beds inside or get rid of some of these shelves. I should have thought about that before building this second set of shelves, which we don't even really need. I think we're gonna deconstruct those. Deconstruct so that we can move the workbench and the research table over. Ken, what are you doing? He's moving stuff. Okay. Yeah, Ken is almost done with the construction basics. We're almost ready to start our main construction. I'm glad I didn't move that table and chairs too early. They really needed those. Quinn's getting smarter, doing all this research. Leveled up his intellect. Okay, so we now know how to build stuff. Should we actually start getting some building done? Here-ish, maybe? Yep, here-ish, I think. And what's going to be the front? What's going to be the back of the base? It doesn't look like it's really going to matter. We want them to be able to get out to that stone pretty easily. All right, so housing. Let's start with some flooring. I think we're better on wood than we are on stone, so let's get going with the wood flooring. And what we need is we need everyone to have a bedroom that is 4 by 5. They get maximum happiness from a spacious bedroom. So we only need 4. So we're going to do 6 by 16, which allows us to make a. Wait a minute. Oh, cancel. Hang on. Are we? Hang on. I'm going to pause for a second because I think I may have done something weird there. Housing floor. It looked like that floor was higher than it needed to be, which was going to use more wood. Yeah, see something there's a height difference here that's forcing it to raise up a level, and that's going to take more flooring than we want to use, more floor. So let's see if there's a place where we can do it where it's not. Yeah, there we go. That's all one size, or all one level. Good. So there we go. Yeah, so what we can do then is once we have a hallway that allows everyone to reach their rooms, then they'll have a 5 by 4 space. So let's get some walls up. We'll use wood that has good thermal insulation. We don't have enough wood for any of this at this point, but we'll be getting more wood as we come along. And then inside here, so the exterior walls are wood, but the interior walls are going to be made out of sticks because this allows thermal circulation. If we put a fireplace in the middle here and stick walls in between, the warmth is going to spread out through each of the rooms, and that's what we want. So we also want, oops, still building that. We also are going to use doorways instead of actual doors as room entrances here because that will also allow the warmth to circulate a little bit better, and they don't need a doorway for it to be they don't need a door for it to be private. They just need a doorway to be able to get in and out. Okay, so that's done. Now we can go to wall sticks, and 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one room. And wall sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2 rooms. And wall sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 rooms. Good. And then we're going to have to put a roof on it. And then we can move their beds in. We're going to need actual doorways for getting in and out of the building. Or doors, excuse me, not doorways, doors. So there's one. And I could have held shift to do more than one, but I didn't because I'm stupid. Okay. And then, some people like to build one big house and have a big central area that's kind of shared and stuff. The only problem with that, in my experience, is that, hold on, I can speed back up to 2 times speed. The only problem with that is that then if somebody has to get to the other side of the building, they have to go all the way around this huge square building. So what I like to do is have 2 rooms, one for bunks for sleeping areas. Stop being mean. Oh, I hate those guys. Have one for the bedrooms, and then have a separate one for the living area, for the, our rec room and our kitchen and our dining room and stuff like that. Connected by a little pass through, and you see this in actual houses, between the kitchen and or the main house and the garage kind of thing. You have a little sheltered, a little covered area in between. So this is just going to be open, no walls around it. It will be roofed. We'll probably put a scrap roof over it, and then over here will be the main area where they'll all hang out and play music and eat and cook and research and do their tailoring and their crafting. But most important, I'm kind of ready for these guys to not be using this area at all over here, though. We can now move the desks because we should have probably deconstructed the shelves over here. Yeah, those are gone. No research desk, that's fine, it's being moved. And no crafting table because that's being moved. And then it's probably going to take a day or two for them to shift all the goodies from the storage over here to the new storage. But that's fine. I could even do that offline. Just take a couple of days, um, do a couple of days where they just shuttle stuff back and forth. For the time being, though, they're all coming all the way back over here, which is not really what I want. Have I set this to keep empty? Yes, now it's set to keep empty. Everything else set to keep empty. That is, and that is. All right, so they shouldn't be adding anything new to the storage here. And then slowly, little by little, as Vivian is doing right now, she'll be transporting stuff over to the new area. Is everything here set to keep empty? Yes, it looks like it. Okay. Quinn's moving our research desk. I'll speed this up to 3 times speed. Ken's back to salvaging. Some food is rotting away. Yeah, I mean, we know what that's about. But work is being started on our new construction. This is good. Vivian's helping out, bringing stuff over. Emmeline's helping out, bringing materials over. And it's Quinn. Quinn's doing his moving right now, which is fine. We want that stuff to get moved over here. But once he's done with that, he will get to work building the main area. Aggressive animals, they are close. I'm going to pause for a second while we get everybody rounded up. They're close and in a nice open area, so I think we're going to, let's let Quinn finish moving the wooden workbench, and then we're going to go fight these guys. Okay, everybody, draft up, and get over here. Who's farthest away? Ken, our best fighter, is farthest away. We're going to have to wait a minute for him to get here. I'll speed this up. Okay. Let's get rumbling. Everybody ready to rumble? Target this little guy first. Oops. Attack. Keep coming. You're next. That's a big boy. Oops. Oh, 2 big boys. That wasn't a big boy. This is a big boy. Ow. All right, there are 4 left. Emmeline's hurt, but not dire. Where are the other 4? Over here. Oh, another big boy. Ken's going to get wounded too. He's out in front. That's fine. And one left. Where is that? Over here? Where is it? Yeah, he's over here. I don't want to leave. Why can't I select everybody? There we go. You don't want to leave even one hanging around because then they'll come after you. They'll get aggressive and come after you. They'll start attacking when you're doing something you're not ready for it. Okay, they're done. I may actually set these to be harvested. They're so close to our new area, and we're actually kind of running a little bit low on food now that everything has kind of rotted away. So we'll set those to be butchered tomorrow, though. Everybody needs treatment first. Speed this back up to 3 times speed. Everyone who could heal is wounded. Emmeline's going to have to go back over to the original spot to get a first aid kit. Yeah, she didn't like having to heal herself. She would have much preferred if somebody had come and healed her. But now she's going to heal everybody else. Ken is ravenously hungry because he had to go right to bed. Emmeline could feed him, or one of the ones who's not injured could feed him while he's lying there. Oh, this is a pain, them running all the way back to get basic stuff. We got to get all that stuff shifted over here ASAP. All right, Ken's good. And Vivian is not injured. Good. Okay. Yeah, guys, everybody needs to be on transport duty next couple of days so that you don't have to keep coming running back and over here. We're working Ken's butt off. He needs to take a minute and relax. If he doesn't do it on his own, yeah, he's going back to salvaging. Ken, just sit for a minute, buddy. Relax. Chill. You're doing fine. Yeah, they're taking like, half a day to run over this new area or back to the old area, which is just a huge waste of time. Okay, this is not finished yet. We are going to need to construct some flooring. So we have a floor, but they're not going to like just being on the plywood. So we need to, whoops, what's happening? So we need to set up some wooden parquet flooring here. And then we need to build a roof, which is going to take a huge amount of wood. We could use scrap metal, but it's very inefficient in terms of thermal insulation. So we'll use wood instead. That is going to take, hundreds of wood. But they'll come out here and cut this stuff down as needed. I should disable the cutting over here. Vivian, if you're going to head back over there, can you take something with you? That would be efficient. You're not going to? Well, she's taking a walk. Oh, gosh. Emmeline's coming all the way back over here to cook food. This is terrible. I thought this would be a little bit more, they would be doing this a little bit more efficiently with this clicked as keep empty. I thought they'd be taking this stuff off a little bit quicker, but we've had other things kind of getting in the way. How are you doing on the construction, Quinn? Good. We're getting there. Getting there. Look at this. Emmeline ran all the way back there to get meat, cooked up the meat, and now she's bringing it all the way back here, which I guess is better than leaving it over there, but still. How wasteful, how inefficient. All right, we've researched long distance travel, which means we should get a balloon up soon. Unfortunately, this whole transporting things back and forth is is really just kind of putting a dent in our time efficiency, and everything's taking a little bit longer than it should. But we really should get a balloon up because we have the fuel to fuel it, and we're we could get a notification like this that we've seen a cargo pod crash. But what we're really hoping for is like a campfire or a thin line of smoke that we could go check out because that could be another scavenger or another survivor. And we would really like to add a couple more people to this group. Vivian's risking melting down because she's walking halfway across the map to get her dinner. Ugh. She'll be fine. Ooh, these guys wandering around. They could come attack. Oh shoot, they've put down a nest here. We don't want that. In the morning we're gonna have to chop up that nest and they'll probably come attack us if we do, but we could use the meat and we don't want them this close to base. Come on everybody, get up. I'm at 3 times speed. I can't speed this up anymore. They're far enough away now that we may be able to chop up this nest without them noticing. Vivian, Vivian, why don't you do the chopping here, sweetums? Good. We got away with it. They didn't notice. We're not going to bother hunting them just this second, but we will have to get rid of them eventually. Just going to keep an eye on them, make sure they don't decide to tangle with one of us. Oh man, they're right up in the base. They're right up in the base. Where is everybody? Well, let's let Emmeline finish transporting. Vivian's not here. Ken's transporting. He's got some alloy, which is good. And then where'd the burbs go? I took my eyes off them for a second and they're gone. Where'd they go? I'm going to slow this down until I know where they are. Ugh. I hardly ever have survivors melting down. It's just this long trek back and forth is making it really hard to keep everybody happy. Now Quinn's at risk of meltdown as well. Everybody needs to take a break. Ken's taking a break. Quinn is constructing the hot air balloon. I'd rather have him sit for a minute just to relax. We also don't have any activities set up for them. We could build them a dartboard. It's, very minor form of leisure, but it's better than nothing. Quinn's getting back to constructing the hot air balloon. Emmeline is shuttling some stuff over, which is good. Or she went over to cook that, I don't know. I'm going to keep Vivian researching for now, although, there are more important things for her to do. Unfortunately, I don't think I can actually order them to transport stuff. No, see, it doesn't come up as a right-click option, like carry this somewhere else. We're just going to have to wait for them to do it in their downtime. Hmm. Not ideal. The thing's going to be to not give them anything to do for a couple of days and give them a lot of downtime. Unfortunately, we still have so much to do that's not. Well, Emmeline's doing some transporting. She's bringing over the boots from this pile. That's helpful. Oh, such a long trek. Long, slow trek, 3 times speed. Yikes. I may have gotten a little ambitious with moving everything over here just to be able to build in this flat area. In the end, it may have been smarter to just try to figure out a way to build over here near our original spot because people are not enjoying this long trek back and forth. They don't want to commute. Who does? low food supply, 4 days. I'm not too worried. I mean, worst comes to worst, we turn off their prohibition against eating raw foods, and they can just go crazy on the berries and the squash plants over here. I'm feeling like this is not going great. This is the first time I've ever done this where I've started building a permanent construction so far away from our original crash shelters, and this may not have been a good way to do this. I mean, definitely not as efficient as building over or at the original site. But I think in the long run, it'll all work out. I think in the long run, we'll be fine. It's just going to be a little bit stressful for these people for a few days until we get everything shifted out of that original spot. Keep everything at 3 times speed because there's not much for us to do except watch them work. Vivian is handling the hot air balloon, which means she's bringing fuel for it. Once it's fueled up, we'll be ready to take an expedition, but there's so much work still to be done here. I don't want to send somebody on an expedition unless we have a pretty good idea that we might find a survivor there. And for that first crash that was reported, that's not we don't do not have a good chance of finding a survivor there. So I'm going to wait until we get a notification that there's a campfire or line of smoke or something. Ken's bringing over a lot of wood, which is good because we still have a ton of construction to do over here. I think what we can do, well, that's not really going to make sense. I've got plenty of ground storage in here. I was going to put some more ground storage over here and then put a scrap metal roof over it, but we've still got plenty of open storage here. Quinn is researching, but we're probably running out of researching. Yeah, this is the last thing we have selected for research. So what's it going to be next? Next is going to be electric grids, flamethrowers, and what? Fortifications, I guess. Okay, we've researched tailoring. I would prefer not to build a tailoring bench out here under this. I'd prefer to wait until we get our actual rec room and work room built over here. That is going to take a while, but it's still only early to midsummer, so we've got time. And it looks like we've got most of the wood we need in place here. It's just going to be all about Ken now coming over to build. I'm at 3 times speed. Sorry, can't make this more exciting. I'm just going to watch. Watch them sleep. So this spaceship is fully scavenged. We can't get anything more off of that wreck. And this one also now fully scavenged. Can't get anything off of that. Plenty of rock to be mined. More spaceship wrecks here. These to be harvested. I may actually set some of them. We don't have any of those yet. And we're running a little bit low on food, so maybe I'll set those to be harvested. Oops, not the berries. We got plenty of berries. More aggressive animals coming. Where are they? They're out in the open, and they're pretty far away, and it is morning, so it might be time to get them right now. Let's just wait for Emmeline to finish her transport. Yeah, Emmeline's transporting something else. Let's let her. Ooh, Quinn leveled up his construction. That's good. Let's see if... Oh, yeah. Emmeline, bring all those electronics. Let's see if we can... Hopefully these guys don't go into aggressive mode and attack. Who's starving? Vivian, why are you starving? Is Emmeline not cooking? Because she's spending all her day transporting stuff. I'm going to turn off Vivian's restriction. I'm going to turn off all the restrictions on eating raw food because we got all these berries here, which they'll be perfectly happy eating berries. Oh shoot, all the berries are back over here. Oh, damn it. That's all right. We'll let the insects come to us. The only problem with that is going to be Ken. Ken, drop what you're doing. Get over here where everybody else is. This is where the animals are going to be coming. The insects. And hopefully these guys will eat something before the animals show up. Hello. The insects may be chasing Ken, which means they're going to take a long roundabout route. Nope, here they come. Eat quickly, guys. Ken, you're our first line of defense here. Let's see if we can hold these guys off until everyone's done eating. I don't want any starving survivors. All right, Vivian's done. Let's draft her. Emmeline's done. Draft. Quinn's done. Draft. All right. We're going to take some injuries here because we waited for them to attack instead of attacking them, but I think we'll be okay. Well, that's it. 2 injuries, but at least nobody's starving anymore. I'm going to harvest them. All right, we're down to the last dribs and drabs here at the storage, the original storage. So a couple more days of hauling crap back and forth, and we should be all ready to really settle down over in this new area. 3 times speed. Quinn's back to construction with his new construction skills. Now he's feeding Ken because Ken is awaiting treatment. And he's hungry. We should probably have some berries over here. Harvest. Emmeline, what are you doing? Oh, butchering the insects. This meat is rotting. Get rid of it. Yeah, everyone's feeling a little stressed right now. This has not been good for their mental health. This whole moving areas. No buffs from eating the red berries, or the blueberries. Raw food, not good. Ken's just chilling. Ken, do something. Butcher it. Okay, well, there's some meat for us to eat, for Emmeline to cook up. And then a couple more days of schlepping. Oh, Vivian is very sad. She's not getting any good buffs from Emmeline's food. Oh no. Sad wander. That's a breakdown. Basically, she's having a breakdown. And a sad wander is probably the least harmful breakdown that she can have. At least she's not deciding to go on a rampage and destroy stuff or go on an eating binge. She's just basically wasting an entire day doing nothing. All right, 50 plus 50 happiness from catharsis, from having spent almost a day wandering around doing nothing except being sad. Emmeline. Oh gosh, Emmeline's wandering, going all the way back to get food to cook. Oh God. Uh, where is she going to get this meat? There's no meat over here, Emmeline. Oh, she's bringing it to this fire. Oh, damn it. All right, this is my fault. This is all my fault. I'm still having the meals cooked over here. Oh, yeah, idiot. All right, damn it. And I didn't set any meals to be cooked over here. Whoops. It's all my fault, guys. Grain porridge twice until there are two. Meat stew, soup until there are two. And a veggie soup, which we can't because we don't have any veggies in stock. Let's make sure all these are very nice and ripe right now, so let's get those harvested. And then we can make some veggie soup. There's more over here. Those are kind of far away. I think this is almost done. Yeah, okay. So we've researched electricity. We can now build electric grids. There's a little tutorial for how electric grids work. The tutorials in this game are actually excellent. I think they did a really good job. Not those. I'm not talking about those little pop-up screens there. There's actual tutorials that you can select from the main menu, and they do a good job. If you've played RimWorld, you're still going to want to go through the tutorials because you'll see the similarities and it'll all be um, immediately familiar and you'll know. Here we go. Thin smoke snaking on the horizon unlocks the thin smoke expedition. Good. In the morning, we're going to want to send probably Ken on an expedition to see if he can find somebody to add to the group. I believe that the roof is done. No, not quite. As soon as the roof's done, we'll move the beds inside and everyone will be even happier. Well, even happier. They're not very happy right now, but at least we've got some good food being cooked over here by Emmeline now. God, that was stupid. I'm also going to turn off the campfire handling over here. We don't actually have to deconstruct it, but we'll tell them not to refuel it anymore. Gosh, I'm sorry, guys. I really screwed that up. I apologize. That was all on me. Vivian's sad wander. I was to blame for that. Everyone being hungry, I'm to blame for that too. I'm sorry. Live and learn. Okay, it's morning. As soon as Ken is awake, I'm going to pause this and send him on an expedition. Wake up, Ken. Come on, Ken. I don't want to wake him up early. He'll be unhappy about that. Just let him get up on his own time. People are disturbing his sleep by walking around. Again. Again. Gotta let him eat before he goes. And pause. Okay. Expeditions. Let's find the thin smoke on the horizon expedition. There it is. We still got 5 days to complete that. Let's get it done. And unpause. Ken is on an expedition. He'll get a meal to take with him in case he's out there for more than a day. And then he will set off. Quinn has a perk that allows him to conduct expeditions twice as fast, but I really need him finishing the construction over here, which he may have just done, actually. Yep, okay, we have a roof. Now we can start moving these beds inside. Nice. We'll actually give them real beds eventually, but for now, we'll just keep them sleeping on these little sleep spots. And this should solve all our happiness problems. They've each got their own room. It's a big room. No one's going to be walking by or doing work near them, disturbing their sleep. Emmeline made fun of Vivian's nose. That's rude, Emmeline. The heck? Okay, and now I'm going to go back in and turn back on their prohibitions against eating raw food because now that I figured out what was causing it, that shouldn't be an issue anymore. I'm also going to see if have we harvested up any vegetables yet? Can we make veggie soup yet? Yes, good. So get 2 of those. Okay, our food problems should be at an end. And Emmeline, I think, is dragging over what should be the last of the ground storage. Well, there's still scrap over here, a lot of it, but that's not urgent. And these are set to keep empty? Okay, so they'll be emptying these as well. 3 times speed. And if Ken brings back another survivor, we're going to extend this 4 more squares and give for a new bedroom. In the meantime, the new arrival will probably build them a new sleep spot under the shelter and let them do that. Update, expedition update. Found a small campfire, embers glowing faintly. Someone was here not long ago. Shout, maybe they'll hear you. I shouted and walked for a while, but nothing happened. I don't think it's a good idea to linger here any longer. Better get back then. That's just RNG. That's just a roll of the dice. We did not find a survivor at the smoke. An option here would be to actually reload from before he left on the expedition and see if we got a better roll of the dice, but we're not going to do that. We'll just deal with it. Okay, now you'll see these guys are going to be getting some buffs from their sleeping situation. Spacious bedroom plus 18 happiness. Isn't that nice? And then they'll probably be getting another buff from sleeping in an area where we've got flooring. Yep, creature comforts plus 5. That's from the nice parquet flooring that Quinn made. Okay, so now we can start construction on our common area over here. And I think we're going to wait and do that in the next episode. We'll get that construction started next. And here's Ken back from an unsuccessful expedition, but that's just how things go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. There's more coming. Stay safe, survivors.